Growing indoor microgreens is a great way to keep getting fresh greens over the winter, even when your garden is mostly asleep. Microgreens are larger than sprouts and are a much more nutrient-dense food source than the adult plants, and they're ready to eat in about 5 or 6 days after starting. As you can see, I have a lot of different varieties of seeds that I use for growing microgreens, and they all taste really different from each other. Broccoli sprouts are really good for you, but they're kind of spicy. Same with radish sprouts. My favorite are peas. They taste just like snap peas and they're ready so quickly that it's kind of like a little treat until my spring peas are ready. I get most of my seeds from True Leaf Market online. They don't pay me to say that. I'm not affiliated with them in any way. I just find them to be very high quality and reasonably priced. I also get my catgrass seeds from them because we can buy in bulk from them. That way I can start lots of cat grasses for my own kitties, but sometimes also for the local kitty shelters here. So anyway, I highly recommend True Leaf Market. Okay, I've got my pea seeds here. These are the ones I'm going to sprout. I'm going to measure out about 1/2 cup or slightly less. Okay, now that I've measured out just under 1/2 cup, I'm going to pour them into a little container that I can fill with water, and I'm going to let them sit overnight to soak. That will speed the germination rate greatly. My container is filled with water. Now I'm just going to let it sit on the countertop overnight. Tomorrow we're actually going to put the seeds in the soil. Because my microgreens grow so close to the soil, I like to use fresh soil that's straight from the bag that hasn't been outside yet. That way I can ensure no cats have potted in it or anything like that. So specifically we use Happy Frog or Ocean Forest soil. You're just going to mix a little bit of water in it so that it's moist, and that'll do. I accidentally used a little bit too much water here, but that's okay. Our house is really dry because I've been running the heater because it's so cold out. So it's not going to be a problem. So you just spread it out in your pan, and that's pretty much it. It doesn't have to be super thick, maybe about 1 inch or 2. Okay, I've strained off the water. They've been soaking overnight. You can see they're plump, they're ready to go, they're hydrated. I'm spreading them out on the soil in a single file line. I'm just going to give them a little pat down so that they're in the soil. They don't have to be buried, but you definitely want them pressed down a little bit into the soil. That will help keep them hydrated. I've put them in the window ledge and they've been here for a couple hours. They're not really dried out, but I like to give them a little mist. I do this once or twice a day. That keeps them hydrated. This is the first day after I've planted them. We're getting a little bit more sun. We've been just socked in with fog, so the peas aren't getting that much sun, but you can see they're already growing tiny little tails, which is the beginning of a root. So they're already making progress, even though it's only been about 24 hours. This is day 2, and you can see the roots have gotten longer. Some of them still haven't germinated. That's okay. They'll take, maybe just a different amount of time. That's okay. Some of them will germinate first and some of them will germinate later. No problem. Day 3, the roots are even longer, and you can see there's tiny little bit of green that you can just start seeing. That's a little bit of sprouts just starting to form. Very early on, but they're just starting to form. Day 4, not a lot different than day 3. However, you can see the sprouts are a little bit bigger, a little bit greener. Like I said, we are still having lots of fog, so not a lot of sun. So they're moving a little slower than usual, but that's okay. Day 5, and there's some actual little shoots. We're not going to harvest yet. I want them to get a little taller. They're still kind of a very pale green as well because of the lack of sun. Day 6, and we've got some proper shoots here. These are about ready to harvest. They're a few inches tall, and I'm just going to take my little scissors and I'm going to start clipping pretty soon. I'm happy to say I am ready to harvest. You can see that some of the seeds haven't germinated yet. That's not a problem because I'm going to keep this tray in my window. I'm going to keep spritzing every day, and they will eventually germinate, and also the ones that I'm trimming will grow more. They will grow new shoots. The same shoot can get taller as well. So I'm just going to keep it going for as long as it's going to produce, and it should produce for at least a few weeks. So this will be a constant source of little microgreens for me. So you can use them to top your salads, you can top your soups, you can put them in a stir fry, you can just eat them by the handful. They're really nutritious. They have a nice fresh flavor, so it's really great in the winter if you don't have a lot of fresh things from the garden. I'm curious to know if you've ever tried microgreens, and if so, what are your favorite seeds to grow? I'm always open to new ideas and searching for new microgreens to grow. So thanks so much for watching. Please leave me any comments or questions in the comment section below and I will get right back to you. Happy gardening!